All right, man. Look like Bethune-Cookman, HBCU in Florida, hired Ed Reed to be their head coach. So, don't know Ed Reed. I'm not sure if he's in the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be. I think a lot of people consider him one of the best safeties of all time. Probably for sure the best cover safety of all time. Used to be a debate between his AFC North brethren from Pittsburgh Steelers, Troy Polamalu. They both was great. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, another DB, gets the job. He went to the University of Miami. I'm kind of surprised that Mario Cristobal didn't hire him on the staff, but now Deion started the trend. Now people, Deion went on with Shannon Sharp and said, the athletic director said, just give me 3 years or 2 years, and he said he did. I think he said he did a little bit more right there, like 3 or 4 years, something like that. So, he said, that was their agreement. So a lot of people turned on Deion Sanders, and he used Jackson State to a stepping stone. I don't have no issue because Jackson State benefited from it. And everybody that opened their mouth about his decision not to stay there with lack of resources, then nobody wanted to open their wallet. That's the truth. Nobody wanted to open their wallet. See, it's like black people. You say, well, I'm going to have a small get-together. I'm going to invite a couple people. And then, why you invite us? I'm like, well, we didn't have the money. We could have gave you the money in the after fact. You know what I'm saying? You in the casket dead. Man, I wish he would have spoke to us. I wish he would have came to help. He would have helped you. And you've been asking for help. And you know how it go. Every black people always want to be, oh, yeah, I could have been there. But Ed Reed, man, tremendous hire for Bethune-Cookman. We're going to see if he can coach. That's the difference. Vocal leader in the NFL. I think he did win a Super Bowl. Didn't he win a Super Bowl? I think he might have won a Super Bowl with Ray Lewis that last Super Bowl. I think he did win. Because he wasn't on that original team with Chris McAllister, Shannon Sharp. He still was at Miami. He probably wasn't even at Miami yet. He probably was in high school when they won that. So, but yeah, Deion Sanders. A lot of people don't know. Deion Sanders was calling the offense at Jackson State. That's what a lot of people don't know. Deion Sanders was calling the offense. So you gotta understand. Just some of these dudes, defensive guys, don't mean they don't know offense. I mean, you gotta know. To be a great defensive player, you got to know offense. You got to know, the concepts, the different offenses, and all that type of stuff. So we'll see where Ed Reed at with it. I think it's more than X's and O's. If being a head coach is all about X's and O's, a lot of these guys will be successful as head coaches, like Charlie Rice, Romeo Cornell, Josh McDaniels, and etc. What's my man's Wade Phillips? A lot of them guys would have been successful, truly successful, but it's more about being X's and O's coach. The first thing about being a head coach, man, you gotta be a leader of men. You gotta be respected, right? You gotta be social. You gotta be a people person, but you gotta be stern and deliver discipline. That's the difference. You gotta lead them men. X's and O's. You can be a great head coach without X's and O's. It's a social position. It's no different than being a team leader or a manager. Or it ain't no different than management. That's what it is. It's management. It's a lot of good managers out there that don't even know how to do all the jobs on the job. But they do a good job. They do a great job of managing personalities. They do a great job of managing personalities. They do a great job of scheduling. They do a great job of juggling the stuff that come with it, the BS come with it, patching up here, filling in here, getting this done. You know what I'm saying? They don't know every job on the job. But you know what? They learn their people, they know their people, and they put their people in the right position to be successful. And that's what a coach is. Then it's X's and O's. Can you lead them in life first? It ain't even about leading them on the gridiron. Can you lead them young men in life? I think at the end of the day, y'all got to bear with, guys like Ed Reed. You got to bear with him. It's gonna take some time to get that pro, for him to be a great head coach. For him to learn how to recruit. For him to learn how to lead them young men and what them young men need and what they don't need. How to get them to listen, how to get them to understand the playbook and all that stuff. Because it's a head coach, not a defensive backs coach, not a defensive coach. Not an offensive coach, not a special teams coach. It's a head coach. So you got to make sure you get the proper people there. It's going to put all those guys in positions of power. So, Deion started a nice trend. And, the HBCUs and a lot of the older players who can't get opportunities like this in the National Football League on the Division I level, they get these opportunities. So it's going to start a trend. It's no different than in college football starting trends for the NFL. Remember they had the option and it didn't work for a minute. And Warren Sapp was like, there's too much speed in the NFL. And then the option and the Wildcat and all that shit started working years later. It really started working and percolating. And the NFL started wildcatting and optioning, and then they adopted the spread offense and shotgun and got away from under center pro style and everybody spread it out and all that stuff. So you got to remember that NFL is a copycat league. You know what I'm saying? Division I gonna be a copycat league. They start seeing them brothers have success on the next level. When they want to look that way, then they gonna start throwing the unimaginable bag at these brothers. Not only is Deion taking money, he putting money in his assistant's pocket. He putting opportunity. If they start winning, then he gonna start his own coaching tree. He said he has no desire to coach in the pros. I understand that. But we see what Ed Reed can do. Just because Deion was successful, or Coach B wasn't successful, doesn't mean Ed Reed won't. Or Ed Reed is going to find his own way, his own coaching style. He going to find his own way. But I love it. Even if we are giving our own the jump start to get to the next level, that's fine. We still helping our own on a whole nother level. That's what it's about. It's about setting the foundation, for the players in their lives, being men, and setting the foundation for these coaches to get better opportunities. So, yeah, when Deion came to the SWAC, in HBCUs, a lot of them coaches, had a lot of negative things to say about him. He wasn't open. He wasn't embraced when he came to Jackson State with all open arms from the conference. Instead of picking his brain and seeing how they going to advance the conference, some of them call, I won't say a lot, but some of them other HBCU coaches outside of the SWAC, the MEAC, the SWAC, they start hating on him. But my whole thing, dude, jealousy is a natural human instinct. It's a natural human feeling. It only becomes hatred when you turn it into hatred. When you make it manifest into hatred, that's when it turns into hatred. I always say that. Jealousy, either it's gonna motivate you, or you're gonna turn it to hatred, or you're just gonna be unbothered by it and just move on. It should have motivated them to pick Deion brain and see how we can level up the conference as a whole. See how we can get more eyes and money on the conference as a whole. And imagine if it wasn't Deion, it was a coach at Alcorn State, it was a coach at Bethune-Cookman, it was a coach at FAMU, and all them coaches, they bonded together, they worked together, they built together, they put this plan together. How much further they all could advance the HBCUs than what Deion did. But that's black people's natural thing. You know what I'm saying? That's their natural feeling. Oh my God, I forgot my work shoes. Jesus Christ. I was like, man, I'm not gonna forget my work shoes. I told myself that. I left right at the door. I always keep an extra pair. Ain't no big deal. But I knew I was gonna forget them. But yeah, that's what come with it. That's what come with it. Instead of us working together, that's what black people do. A lot of that jealousy, they turn into hatred in everyday life. And they want to get something out of you. They want you to flip out at work. They want you to cut some out. They want you to cut into them. But, that's part of being an adult and being the bigger person. That's what I learned. It's part of being an adult and being the bigger person. So, well, Ed Reed, man, I love to hire for him. Just because Deion was successful, don't mean Ed will or won't be successful. So, but he sound like he know what he talking about. But a lot of guys on TV sound like they know what they talking about. What was my man's that was with the Raiders with John Gruden, Mike Mayock every year on NFL Network draft time. He sound like he knew what he talking about. got in a position and they were drafting bus after bus, and they weren't doing too good over there. They wasn't doing too good over there. So that was funny to me. But check out the College Sports Playlist. Appreciate y'all, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. All my information is inside the link tree. First link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.